Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Deep Focus Show. I'm Clay,
I made.
I'm Davi.
and today we're going to be talking about Steven Spielberg's movie Hook, released in 1990, I believe. Yeah, what are you guys' experience with this movie? Have you heard about it before? Have you ever seen it? Was this your first or second watch?
I think I'd seen it maybe when I was like 8 or something, like a really, really long time ago. So, not super familiar, but like I kind of remembered how it went. But it was interesting revisiting it, not to spoil anything about my opinions.
Yeah, completely new watch for me. I've seen maybe parts of it sometime, but yeah, I didn't know too much outside of the cast and it being a Spielberg movie. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I will say more when it's my turn.
This is my first watch as well. I didn't even know who was in it. I didn't know that Robin Williams was the titular character. I just knew where it landed in the Spielberg catalog. And that's about all I knew. So I guess I can get into it. Let's see. All right, so we're talking about the movie Hook, released in 1990, and this is his 13th film. Obviously, it's from the title based on Peter Pan. Spielberg had a close connection with Peter Pan, and the relationship between Peter and his son in this movie, Jack, kind of echoed his relationship with his father. The movie is about a man named Peter Benning, played by Robin Williams. Like I said, he has two children, Jack Benning, played by Charlie Korsmo, and Maggie Benning, played by Amber Scott. Peter's a lawyer and he doesn't spend much time with his kids. So one day he decides to take his kids and his wife, Moira, played by Caroline Goodall, to her grandmother's house. Her name is Wendy Darling, played by Maggie Smith. And after attending a conference, Peter and Moira return home to discover that their children got taken by Captain Hook. And Wendy insists that Peter Benning is actually Peter Pan. So Peter meets Tinkerbell, played by Julianne Moore, who takes him to Neverland. And there he discovers Hook and has 3 days to avenge his beef with Hook and save his children. Now my review. The color scheme, it's a bit dark here with midnight colors at the beginning, and then later in Neverland, I think it's too brown, and the cinematography could be better. Um, I didn't know that they had cell phones in 1990. That's used at the beginning. Apparently, Julie Roberts was not Julianne Moore, Julie Roberts. She plays Tinkerbell's. Apparently, she was very difficult to deal with, and they called her Tinker Hell. Um, and as far as the characters go, I found Captain Hook annoying, and Dustin Hoffman's performance as a silly pirate caricature, it just felt kind of off. I love the scene when Peter acts as a pirate in disguise at the beginning. And when Peter reveals himself to Hook, there's this funny scene where Hook is like, Peter, pick up your weapon. And Peter takes out a checkbook because he's a lawyer. And the training montage with the kids was kind of silly. Um, but the set pieces there are pretty cool. I like their lair, and the pirate ship, of course, took 6 months to build, and it turned out to be some of the largest film sets on record at the time. Some of the flying scenes you can tell are green screen, but I like the costumes, especially Rufio's, and I'm upset that his character had to die. I felt like it was so unnecessary. I like the choreography when Peter and Hook are fighting, but all the romantic subplots felt weird and unnecessary to me. Like Tinkerbell and Peter, they share a kiss, but he already has a wife. And don't even get me started on the grandmother. I didn't like it. The film is quite long at 2 hours and 20 minutes and needed to be trimmed to at least an hour and a half. But apparently, this film was supposed to start in 1985, but Spielberg scrapped it because of the birth of his son. Spielberg also had wanted Tom Hanks to play the role of Peter Pan, but he dropped out of the project. And at the time, Spielberg considered directing the movie Big, before deciding against it. That could have been an interesting development. I kind of wish he directed that movie instead of this one. Also considered for the role as Peter Pan was Christopher Lloyd, Donald Sutherland, and David Bowie, and Michael Jackson as well, which in hindsight would have been creepy because of the whole Neverland thing. Um, Glenn Close, David Crosby, and Jimmy Buffett, they all play small roles as pirates on here in Hook's crew. And you can see George Lucas has a cameo too, as well as Gwyneth Paltrow. This is her second movie before she was a star. The budget for this movie was originally slated to be $48 million, but the actual budget ended up somewhere between 60 million and 80 million because shooting had to be rescheduled and took too long. But the movie was a bit of a success grossing wise. It made 300.9 million worldwide and was the fourth highest grossing film of that year. I don't know. To me, this movie, it's fine. It's 3 stars. I don't know why this movie has 29% on Rotten Tomatoes because it's not that bad. And Roger Ebert hated this film, and one critic, Peter Travers, said it would only appeal to the baby boomer generation. Um, and also, Spielberg later ended up hating it, saying in 2013 that he wanted to see this movie again because he didn't like it and was hoping someday if he saw it again, perhaps he would like some of it. But Always, the movie we just talked about before this, has a Rotten Tomato score of 68%, which is ridiculous because this movie is so much better. And it had 5 nominations at the Oscar, including Best Art Direction, Best Costume Designs, which I agree with. I think that's the best thing about this movie, along with the set pieces. Best Makeup, Best Original Song, and Best Visual Effects. As far as visual effects go, I don't know. The green screen stuff didn't really work for me. But overall, it's kind of a compelling story. It's a little bit run of the mill, but I didn't mind it as much. So my score remains 3 stars.
Interesting. I wasn't sure exactly what you were gonna think of the movie. For me, I'm kind of mixed because there's a lot of things I really like and a lot of things I don't think quite work. For instance, I think the music is great, the kind of tone and concept, it is very like warm and charming. I enjoy that. I think I disagree in that I really enjoy Dustin Hoffman as the crazy Captain Hook. I think he's very fun. And maybe I prefer his part to Robin Williams, who I think is good, but I think he doesn't have as much to do because it's kind of a more run-of-the-mill story. Like it's kind of got the cliche of the absent-minded like parent, which seems to be in every like 90s family movie. Which is really the hard part for me is because there's so much of this movie that feels so original and like unique and lively, but then there's other parts where it just like dives headfirst into these like schmaltzy family movie cliches that I think really kind of hamper what the film's going for. I'll probably go like a 3.5 out of 5, and that I think it's definitely much better than that always shit. But it's not, and I'll probably like it more than like I like it more than like Sugarland Express and a couple of the other Spielbergs that I wasn't too hot on. But I think it's not, it's not his finest hour. I understand why he has regrets about this film, but I do think there's a lot of great stuff here. I do love the music, the tone, the kind of visual style. I love the creativity of the sets. Even if some of them look kind of like theme park righty, I think they still have an imagination to them that stands out and that I enjoy. So for those reasons, I'd say I'm glad I watched it. Maybe I'll watch it again. Maybe my opinion will improve on it. But yeah, I didn't think I thought it was a good movie, just maybe not a great one or in the same tier as a lot of the Spielberg ones we've covered in the past.
Yeah, this is a tough one. I I feel like usually Spielberg and the sort of childhood nostalgia comes together. and when you don't have any, it can be a bit like I felt really old watching this, even if I'm not that old, but it just irritated me quite often, and I'm like, I don't really not sure do I care to watch this and spend my Sunday evening with this. Um, and I felt the runtime. I don't know. I usually like this sort of maybe more. Well, this is a fantasy adventure film, I guess, but sort of also like a, I don't know how to say, children's movie. I don't know. Like I feel like usually those are like 90 minutes. It's quick and fast and to the point, and I don't know, over 2 hours was a little stretch for me, but like Ada said, I really enjoyed Dustin Hoffman here, and well, if you're playing Captain Hook, I kind of assume you're gonna do this like a crazy, uh, just go all for it performance, and well, he did basically, and uh, Robbie Williams sometimes made me laugh, and he has some funny bits here and there, and some of his reactions, and I kind of like some of the humor that he does with the Lost Boys, and there was some kind of scene where Rufus and he was roasting each other at the dinner table. That was pretty funny, and uh, just like there's plenty of good things, kind of like John Williams again, like he's always kind of awesome, but I also kind of felt that cliches are here, like yeah, that uh absent father thing, and like it also some of those kind of weird things also. There's like the cameos that just like one of the first scenes I was like, is that Phil Collins on the scene? And I'm like, oh yes it is. Yes, okay. And then like there's David Crosby is one of the pirates, and I don't even remember all of them. There were quite a few cameos, and um what else? Like yeah, I don't know, did it have the most imaginative style for me, and it's kind of should have maybe popped even more than it did, and I don't know, I didn't care for the Lost Boys, I gotta be honest. Just I don't know, just following them was kind of, I don't want to say painful, but close to it. But um, so I don't really see myself watching this uh at least alone again. I don't know. I feel like I need someone there, someone that really wants to watch it or something. But I don't know. I might actually go 2.5. Like I don't really, I see the positives, but I don't really sure did I care to watch it at all. I'm not gonna say at all because there are things I like about it, but then there was some scenes also like with um the Robbie Williams he like drops from the to the water, and there's like mermaids, and then they start kissing, and I was like, okay, so the film is over, he's gonna spend all his time there. He just went for it, just started kissing them, and okay. Not very loyal, I guess, but uh I don't know, just random things. And like I think there was quite a few kissing scenes. There was the Tinker Bell, and yeah, I don't know what's those things, but yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know. Nobody else can say something,
Yeah, I mean,
or I can just keep talking.
I think no, I see what you're saying. Like there's definitely something here, but I don't know. It's just there seems to be just a lot of like because I feel like if this film was done differently, I could see myself like really enjoying it if there were just a few different decisions made, like if it wasn't so kind of stock in terms of the characters, like, and it didn't go so
Yeah.
much for the like easy, like schmaltzy bits, I'd like it more.
I also didn't really enjoy how the Captain Hook got destroyed in the end. Like it was just too easy, I think. Could have easily
Yeah,
avoided it. Like, but it's the children's movie thing, I guess.
yeah, exactly.
Doesn't
Like,
really
Maybe it would have been
care.
better if it was a little bit more darker. Um,
yeah,
this was
Yeah,
definitely for kids.
it's probably less
yeah,
dark than the Disney Peter Pan, honestly. You
Hmm.
know, if I had this, just in terms of like, I feel like that one even maybe has more of an edge with the like Lost Boys and the crocodile and stuff, whereas this is even more maybe of a kid's film.
yeah. I remember Clay saying about that he didn't want to go to the grandmother thing, but I wasn't even sure even what the movie was trying to do there. Like, were they like, so was the grandmother was the Gwyneth Paltrow,
Yeah,
or
I
was
think
it?
she played the young version.
Yeah. No, that
Okay,
was just weird.
that was strange.
Like that was just I
Yeah,
just didn't understand what the point of that was. Like, yeah.
like yeah, Peter Panning was hot for the future grandmother, but then he decided to go with
With
her
her like,
daughter.
yeah, it's kind of weird. It's like I don't know what's happening
Okay.
there. That's some weird like Freud shit. I don't want to get into that. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, all in all, you guys have anything else you want to add?
Not really. I mean, it's a low
Yeah.
3 stars for me. After hearing Tavi's review, I could probably bump it down to a 2.5 because I don't want to see this movie ever again. Um, but the next movie I'd like to see multiple times because it's a certified classic, and we'll be talking about Jurassic Park. Um,
Yep,
Yeah.
Switch up.
that should be very
Spielberg has
exciting.
not been on a roll since for like the past 3 episodes.
What? Including
Uh,
Last Crusade?
oh, minus Last Crusade. That was
Okay. I was about to say,
Hmm.
I was about to heavily dispute that one, but okay.
his career trajectory is very up and down. It's
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
Yeah. But 93 is like the golden Spielberg
For
year.
sure. Yeah. So,
Two movies.
yeah. Stay tuned, guys. That should be fun. Both of those episodes, in fact, should be a lot of very probably high scores, a lot of stuff to talk about. So, yeah, looking forward to that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah.
Leave your comments down below. What did you think of Hook? Do you plan on watching this movie? If you haven't seen it, and give us a like and subscribe.
Peace.
Oh yeah. Peace.
Bye.
Bye bye.